everybody, we are in the studios here ready to host another Rotary Fest Christmas parade. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, joined by Tammy Rydell. Tammy, thank you so much for coming, and how excited are you to get this thing started?
My pleasure, Alex. We always have so much fun together when we host, and I'm really thrilled that today we get to wear our ugly Christmas sweaters and be in the Christmas spirit.
And the set here is beautiful. Trina, my goodness, you absolutely did a phenomenal job with our set. As you can see, we're getting warmed up by the fire here, getting ready for this parade to start. And where our camera's set up right now, we're just waiting for the floats to make their way on out. And as I was out and about in the city today, I could see a float at the John Rhodes. They're getting ready down there. And then I could see another float coming down the street, and I could hear the music from my house. The city's ready. I hope you guys are ready at home. And for the time being, me and Tammy are just going to chat it up and hopefully get this parade started soon. But for this parade, you know, I believe it's 55 different floats.
I believe so.
Yeah, there's a ton of it. And they've been doing Santa Claus parades since 1939, organized first by the Retail Merchants Association. And then come 1952, the Soo Jaycees started their 14-year run as presenters. The Santa Claus parade took a 20-year break when it lost access to storage for the floats. But as you can tell, back, loud, proud, ready to go.
Well, that's right. Sault Ste. Marie always comes out and supports the parade, and they put out fabulous floats. Oh my goodness, do they ever. And we've done the Rotary Fest parade back in the summer, and we can see it now. That's the live look down there. People are, lots of kids. Everybody's waiting.
Yeah, waiting patiently.
And one thing, tonight the weather's beautiful.
Oh, there's so many times where you kind of have to get, oh, it's going to be cold, it's going to be snowy. Not tonight. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm sure you're even going to see some people without their jackets on down there tonight.
I know. I almost wish we were out there.
I know, right? Especially, we wouldn't have to fight the elements this time around, right? We wouldn't have to do any of that because it is beautiful. So if you're watching this right now, you've still got a chance to run down there before the parade gets started, depending on how close you are. We're a little bit too far away to make that drive now, but you definitely want to get down there. I've been there for many. I'm born and raised in Sault Ste. Marie. I say it all the time, and it's a phenomenal atmosphere to be a part of.
Yes, and I'm born and raised here just a little bit sooner than you were, Alex, but I have to say, kudos to Sault Ste. Marie. They come out, they do a fabulous parade every single year, and they never disappoint. Never disappoint, of course not. And we're thanking all of our sponsors as well right now. We've got them rolling along the bottom, so we want to give a big thank you to everybody there. Now, Tammy, so Rotary Fest, they've been a part of Sault Ste. Marie for over 100 years, and the efforts that they go through to make these parades have to be thanked by everybody in the community. I mean, I love it, you love it, and I'm sure everybody down there does as well. Well, and yeah, and unless you've been in the parade and you've actually worked on a float and entered it, the average individual who doesn't do it doesn't realize the expense, the amount of work, and the time, and the energy that goes into it, the thought process. So, you know, when you see these parades, like each float, you know, you have to be thankful that the community does take the time and the effort to work hard and put this on for everybody in the Soo. Have you worked on one before then? I'm assuming by now. Oh, absolutely many, yes. Okay, tell me a few of the floats that you've ended up working on before. Well, mostly Loch City Dairies. Oh, no way. Yes, lots of floats for Loch City Dairies. And so therefore I know the time and the energy that goes into them. And, you know, I have to say, when I see the floats, I see them from a different perspective. I see the beauty of them going down the street, but also the behind the scenes. How long does it take to actually go ahead and make the float? Like when you were doing them with Loch City, how early did you start planning them? Well, you know, first you have to find out the theme. Right. And then a lot of times, you know, you work your best to be in the theme. Sometimes, depending on time restraints, you couldn't really get in the theme. But it just depends on what the theme was. And then, you know, you start figuring out, and you need to have people involved. We always had to have a lot of kids on our floats. So, you know, it's a lot of organization, and it's getting people involved. And weather is another thing. Yes. You know, so lots of times people are like, maybe I don't want to do the winter parade, but we'll do the summer parade. Right. And with small children too. Sometimes I've been out in the wintertime, it was freezing, and so then you worry about the kids. Right, you don't want them to get too cold, or, you know, get a little tired that they're out there for so long, right? I can completely understand that. But for sure, you're working, like, for sure the week ahead. And you're trying to get this float done, and it depends on the magnitude of the float. Absolutely. And how much you're purchasing for it to decorate it. So it is time consuming, but I know, I mean, sometimes 2 days you're trying to throw something together, but most people pre-plan, and they do put a lot of energy and work into it. Right, absolutely. Now,
The Rotary Fest, the club is made up of community leaders and professionals with a desire to make a difference in their community, using their skills, resources, time, and experience, and they are always welcoming new members, community partners as well. And it looks like the town crier is making her, oh my goodness, look at what she's decked out in.
She's always the best opening the parade.
Yes, oh my goodness. Now, I wish you were saying you had lights on your sweater too, but they don't work. But hers are nice, bright, and loud.
My battery's burnt out, I guess. Yeah, she looks fantastic, and there's nothing like in the evening having lights on that makes it more special.
Well, I believe what we're going to do right now is take a quick break. We're going to go over to a commercial, and when we come back, the parade will be well underway. So stick with us. On TV's coverage of the Rotary Fest Santa Claus Parade is coming back right after this.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Arturos family to yours.
We wish all of our clients a happy holidays and a joyful new year.
This is On TV.
See, that wasn't long enough. I'm back inside the On TV studios for our coverage of the Rotary Christmas Parade. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Loving it, doing it. And we got to give a big shout out to a couple of our sponsors before we get this show rolling any further. KC Security, Wardlaw Fuels, Women in Crisis, and Kumon Math and Reading Center. A big thank you for helping us bring this into the homes of whoever may not be able to get out there tonight. So we want to give you a big thank you for sure. And as you can see up on the screen, oh no, I'm looking at the wrong screen. Sorry guys, you guys can't see the parade. The parade hasn't quite got started yet, but I think we may be seeing the police making their presence down there. So if there's anybody thinking about getting in any trouble, trust me, there's way too much police presence down there. So don't get into any trouble tonight. Make sure, because Santa's down there too.
Well, yes, and he's watching the list, right?
Always watching, for sure. And that's obviously the best part, because I remember being a kid too, and it builds up the whole parade's built up around the man in the red suit, and it's just that special moment when you see him coming down, and it just gets you that much more excited for Christmas.
I know, and for all the little children, you know, that's what they wait for, and this time of the year, at least parents can use that. You know, you got to be good tonight because Santa's checking.
So maybe there's some actual sleep happening, some chores might get done a little bit more, of course. I guess Santa's keeping those kids in line, something that the parents definitely got to be thankful for.
Oh yes,
for sure.
And another thing, you know, tonight, as we were saying, weather-wise, it's perfect weather for all the little kids.
Yes.
And they don't have to be bundled up as bad tonight because it's a beautiful evening. And you know, we can always count on the parents bringing out all the kids, and there's always a huge crowd. One thing that we're missing is we can't hear the sirens in here.
Well, that might be a good thing, because I got the earpiece, and I might be blown away if that was the case. So I'm glad that's not happening. Now, Tammy, growing up in Sault Ste. Marie, you've been here for a while. What are some things that when you go to the parades, there's something that you look forward to on a yearly basis?
Well, you know what? For me, it was always the children.
Right.
Watching the faces on the kids, and you know, there's nothing better than that, because to me, Christmas is all about family and children.
Right.
And so to see the families out together and the smiles on the kids' faces, that was the most important thing to me.
I wasn't a kid too long ago myself, so I'd say my favorite part when I was going was all of the free candy that they hand out. The candy canes, the suckers. oh, get me at the front of that line. I want some candy. That was what I really look forward to each and every time.
Well, it's pretty exciting, and you know, I have 5 daughters, and I was so happy and excited to take them because they absolutely loved going to the parade. Now they're older, of course, it's not quite the same. So for all of those out there with little children, please enjoy every second. It goes fast.
Of course, take the photos. Make sure you capture these moments, because you can see the families down there right now as the camera pans over to them.
Yes.
Yeah, there they are there. That's exactly what we want to see. That's exactly what we want to see. A busy, packed downtown that Sault Ste. Marie's proud to be in.
Well, and you know what? Every time that we host together, normally we're on location, but it's always packed.
Right, we're keeping warm by the fireplace in the studio this time around, and I can hear the siren slowly happening, because as a kid, when you see those police with the lights flashing, come on, I want to hear those sirens. I want to see that car in action.
And for some, it's a little intimidating.
Right.
But you know what? That's the thing. When you see them in parades, you know, they almost feel like they have a little more humanity in it, you know, and it's not as fearful. So it's a good thing that the police are going through, and the kids kind of see that they're just like everybody else.
Right. Yeah.
And so they don't have as much fear.
And there is actually a fantastic portion of the parade route that's sensory friendly. So maybe if you have a kid that doesn't really react to loud sounds or flashing lights a lot, it's more sensitive for them. And I think that's such a proactive thing for Rotary Fest, not Fest, but Rotary to come up with as a part of that parade route, making sure everybody's included.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? Kudos to those who think of all of those things, because it makes a difference.
Right, absolutely. I mean, you don't want to feel like you're excluded just because the way that you are. So that's awesome. A big thumbs up to Rotary. That is absolutely fantastic. And the police are slowly creeping up there. But you have to feel safe. There's so many different police in this parade this year. So you're safe out there if you're down there for sure.
Absolutely. And you know what? During the parade, I think most people always feel safe out on the street. It's a night of fun, enjoyment. They're meeting up with friends and family, and it's just, you know, a great way to kick off the Christmas season.
Yes, and for me, I feel like Christmas shouldn't start celebrating till December, but as soon as I see this parade, it's like, nope, Christmas time's here. We're going, get that tree up. What are some of your favorite traditions once this Christmas season hits?
Well, you know what? It was always when the tree went up, because then in our house it was, you know, Christmas is coming. But I always put it up December 1st. I'm kind of like you, on the same page.
Right.
But being that the parade is, you know, towards the end of November every year, it does get the spirit started.
Right.
So then when the tree finally went up, and then of course, traditions, it's always around food. You know, there's certain food that my girls liked and certain drinks that they liked, and you know, it's just family. Christmas is all based around family and food and getting together, and I think that for me, and it will always be, it doesn't matter that I'm the age I am now or 80, it's always going to be the same, family. And then the best part is my little grandchildren now waiting for Santa.
Yes.
Since mine are older now, to have, and you know, a lot of family have kids out of town, as I do. So having your family come home and being together in your home, it warms my heart.
Now, Tammy, Santa Claus is in Sault Ste. Marie tonight. He's a part of the parade. What would you be asking Santa Claus for Christmas this year? You
know what? I've been asked this, and I've answered the same question twice, the same way, 2 years in a row. It's time. All that I want is time with my family. So that is the most important thing. I think as you age, the way you think about Christmas, it changes. And so for me, I just ask for time. Please give me time with my children.
Wow. I could say a new car or something fancy like that, but I don't think I'd be able to beat Tammy's answer on that.
But you know what? You're younger than I am. When I was your age, I'd be asking for that too.
Absolutely.
But it's just as you age, you look at life differently.
And here's one of my favorite parts, handing out the candy.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my goodness.
And you're missing out on that tonight.
Wait, guys, yeah, I'll finish the show. As much as I would love to be down there, I love being here with Tammy as well in the studio. So I'll keep this seat nice and warm for the rest of the show for sure. I believe this is Canada Post coming up now, and we know they are going to be busy coming up with all of those letters headed up to the North Pole. What a cold trek that must be. Canada Post is delivering Agent Santa letter collection with letter carriers and their families. They're handing out candy canes and collecting letters from children to deliver to Santa. So wow, what an actual great way. I mean, maybe as a younger kid, you don't really know how stamps work or how to get into the mail. So you get out there, you get in line, and you can hand it to them right there.
Well, and every kid certainly knows about writing to Santa, though.
Yes, yes, I do.
And the effort they put into it.
I remember as a kid trying to put jokes in there because I was hoping that like maybe if I made Santa laugh, I could get on his good side for sure.
Yeah.
I think it worked because I've had some pretty good Christmases, I have to say.
Probably still work for you.
I'll have to get writing. I'll have to get writing for sure. And I believe this is the NLCC Newman. Oh, this is a spelling mistake in here. Do we?
Yes, the Navy League.
The Navy League. Yes, yes, yes.
And I seen that arrow.
Yeah, the Navy League Cadets is a free program for youth ages 9 to 12. They learn discipline, citizenship, responsibility, and friendship. They are located at the Pine Street Armories, parading Fridays 6 to 9 p.m. and always accepting new cadets.
And of course, I've always loved the band, and that's one thing I'm missing right now is hearing the band.
When you're down there in that parade and you hear those drums coming, that's when I really know that like, oh, okay, we're in the parade now.
Mm-hmm. It puts spirit out to everybody when you start hearing the band live.
Yeah, and there's the band rolling through. And up next, the city of Sault Ste. Marie with their theme, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, a classic Christmas movie for sure.
Absolutely, and look at the lights on that float. It is absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, and I feel like as a kid, you don't really sympathize too much with the Grinch until the end of the movie when he has a change of heart. But as you get older, you can understand why he's cranky sometimes. And I feel like that's a Christmas movie that if you watch it at a younger age and then when you watch it when you get a little bit older, you have a different appreciation for it.
Yeah, you get a different perspective for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the old classics though, one of my favorites.
Of course. The city of Sault Ste. Marie is excited to participate in this festive event. This year's float tells the story of a grumpy character that tries to end Christmas by stealing presents, Christmas trees, and even food from the residents of Whoville. He eventually realizes that Christmas is about more than just presents and gives everything back and joins them in celebrations. So just like him, tonight the city celebrates with all of the residents of Sault Ste. Marie. The staff from Public Works are proud to show off their talents each year, and along with City Council and the rest of city staff, they want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.
Beautiful float, and then look at this one coming up.
Sioux Fire Service is a staple. I believe I see Sparky on the front there.
Looks like it, yes.
Festive. So their theme is Sparks and Marshall's Christmas Light Show. The Sioux Fire Services has 2 vehicles on display this year in this year's parade. The first is the Fire Services Rescue Truck R1, which is illuminated with over 2,000 lights, followed by the largest truck in the fleet, the A1 aerial truck, which is illuminated with over 3,000. I thought 2,000 was a lot. They're one-upping themselves already.
They're going to start a fire with that.
Well, you know what? I think they might know who to go to if that happens. So 3,000 lights and the Fire Services Christmas tree. Sault Ste. Marie Fire Services encourages everyone to have a fire-safe Christmas. This year's parade entry was developed with the efforts of many fire services personnel. This year, Sault Ste. Marie Fire Services is encouraging everyone to think fire safety while decorating and celebrating this holiday season. Limit the use of candles, keep combustible materials a safe distance away from heat sources, and keep your natural Christmas tree watered thoroughly and daily. Sault Ste. Marie Fire Services wishes everyone a fire-safe and happy holiday season. What a great message.
Great message. And the lights look spectacular.
Oh, they did a great job. That one must have taken a while to do. But behind them comes Velarusian, and their bikes are decked out. Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at them.
Showing off, popping a wheelie a little bit there. Oh, that is a cool bike. I might know what I'm asking for Christmas.
Well, there you go.
So this is Velarusian staff and friends. They're riding bikes, and they're being happy. Happy holidays from all of the staff and friends at Velarusian Bike and Ski.
Well, and another thing, don't forget, fat bikes you can ride in the wintertime.
Yes,
a lot of people just think they're for summer, but no, you can ride bikes all winter long now.
Yeah, Hiawatha does it. Me and Tim went out there for a shoot one time to try it all out. So cool. Fat bikes, they are actually such a blast, and they look like they're actually having a lot of fun there.
Yeah, so you can exercise all season long with a bike.
I wonder how tired they get by the end of the parade. They got to bike a long way. Oh, some high fives. Wait, no.
Yeah, I think these guys that are biking, they look like they're they've done it quite often.
Oh yeah.
So they're very very skilled.
Yeah, this is probably I was going to say a walk in the park, but maybe more of a bike ride in the park for sure. Eh? Now those are some cool bikes though, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's going to inspire kids to decorate their bikes. Maybe this summer we'll see lots out with lights on.
Right. You see, as a kid, I had it had like a rev part that goes on the handlebar, so it sounded like a motorbike. And 8-year-old Alex thought he was the coolest cat in the streets.
Well, I remember having a banana seat and those high bars.
Right. Oh, yes.
It's a little more of a vintage bike now.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll bring them back, though.
Oh, my goodness. Making the rounds, making sure everybody's got a high five in there. And coming up behind them is the Anna McCrae Public School Miracle on Mark Street with students from Anna McCrae Public School. This is Anna McCrae's second time entering a float in the Rotary Santa Claus Parade. Their school is located on Mark Street in Sault Ste. Marie. Their entry celebrates the magic of the holidays, including the gift of our Anna McCrae Falcon mascot. They have highlighted some words that to them represent miracles during the holiday season. Goodwill, joy, family, peace, love. You can see them, all of the words on the side as they go through, waving to our camera, waving to you guys at home, enjoying the show.
And you want to know what? You never stop believing in miracles.
No,
and that's one thing through, that I talked about with my kids. It doesn't matter what age you are. Believe in the spirit, and then always believe a miracle can happen.
See,
always at Christmas.
As a huge diehard Toronto Maple Leafs fan, I have to believe in miracles. I've got no choice.
Hey, you never know.
Hey, you gotta believe, right?
Yeah.
So you can see the dance number being put on right now by Sioux Dance Unlimited with Santa Claus is Coming to Town with students and family from Sioux Dance Unlimited. Sioux Dance is the longest running dance studio in Sault Ste. Marie under the direction of Christine Cloutier. This is their 7th year dancing their way down Queen in their studio colors of red and white to Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Well, they're certainly making sure that they're waving to the camera.
Yeah.
It's so exciting to see them all, and happy that the camera's there.
Oh yeah, as a kid, whenever you see a camera, what's that? What's going on? What's that there for? So they're soaking up the spotlight as they rightfully should.
Yes, absolutely.
And once again, you are tuning into On TV's coverage of the Santa Claus Rotary Parade, sponsored by KC Security, Wardlaw Fuels, Women in Crisis, and Kumon Math and Reading Center.
Well, we couldn't have a parade without the sponsors.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
Thank you to all the sponsors for making this possible.
Yes, thank you guys very much, and making sure we get that Christmas spirit into the homes of Sault Ste. Marie. Really appreciate all that you do for us here at On TV and Superior Media. That's a cool necklace. Okay, I had to interject there while I was letting them dance, but that Christmas light necklace was pretty cool, actually. I gotta get me one of those.
Well, and that's the thing, looking for the stuff in Sault Ste. Marie.
Right.
We're lucky that we do have stores and places that have things available for the parade.
Yes, early too, because as we both said, we usually think Christmas time is December. So to have stuff available in November, that's perfect, because they're decking us out here in Sault Ste. Marie. So next coming up is the Ontario Winter Carnival Bon Sioux, a staple. If you think winter in Sault Ste. Marie, you're thinking Bon Sioux immediately. Their theme is Catch the Spirit. It's the greatest snow on earth with Mr. Bon Sioux board members and family and friends. Mr. Bon Sioux is smiling and welcomes you to join them as they celebrate Bon Sioux 2020, January 31st to February 9th. Come out young and young at heart. Bon Sioux is for you. Well, we just mentioned earlier one of our sponsors, KC Security, for tonight, and there they are with their security cars decked out, the bows on the front, the lights shining bright. They're going with President Daniel LaPrade, Nathan Party, the Vice President, and the rest of their staff. This is their 4th Rotary Santa Claus Parade. They are a full-service security company serving Sault Ste. Marie and Elliott Lake, and are proud to have been voted Sault Ste. Marie's best security company 3 years in a row.
Yes, I know that. That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Yes, and they are a huge sponsor, sponsoring the morning show, sponsoring this parade. KC Security keeping us safe and making sure that we can keep the shows rolling out that you guys enjoy so much. And next up, Sault Ste. Marie Paramedics with Reindeer Rescue Unit, with several of our local paramedics and their family members. Your local paramedics have converted an ambulance into a special reindeer rescue unit. Their paramedics know the importance of making sure Santa's reindeer are in top-notch shape for the big night, and the paramedics wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. So I guess if Grandma got run over by a reindeer, we might not be able to tend to Grandma right away, but we can definitely...
Because the reindeer are being taken care of first.
Right, the reindeer, come on. lots of stops ahead, Grandma. We'll get there, okay? This is Santa we're talking about here.
But you know, I'm sure they put a lot of kids' minds at ease, knowing that Rudolph and all of them are taken care of.
Right, absolutely. And there they go, family members strapped up in their paramedic jackets too, handing out the candies to the rest of the kids out there. And that's really cool to see too, because as a kid, when I was saying, as I really liked getting the candy myself, but these kids are in the giving spirit, and that's something really nice to see at a younger age, because sometimes kids want, but not in this case. They're going out there and sharing as much as they can.
Well, and I think partially that's what the Christmas parade is all about. It's about giving and giving to the community and sharing, and like you said, even at the parade, you know, we're teaching children to give and to share, and that's a great lesson through the parade.
And just sneaking by there, waving to our cameras, Terry Sheehan, our Member of Parliament. Oh, and a big one here.
Yeah.
This one's got a lot of lights. This is the Indian Friendship Center. Their theme is a Lego Christmas. And for me, as a kid, Legos were my thing. They're really hot now. The only thing that sucks about them is when you accidentally step on them because you miss them.
Absolutely.
You don't make that mistake twice. So Indian Friendship Center, they're out with community members and staff at the Indian Friendship Center. The Indian Friendship Center and all of their programs fit together like Legos to meet the needs of all of our community members on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. What a good way to segue into that Christmas.
Oh, and look at their float is absolutely beautiful. Boy. And look at the Legos.
Oh,
now, who wouldn't want to play with those?
Cool.
And all their lights. What a beautiful float.
So many lights. Wow.
So the time and effort that went into that, you know, I'm just...
they must have ended last year's parade and started planning right away.
I think
that much effort's going into it. And I don't think I need to announce it, as you can see the banner walking up the YMCA's Winter Holidays Around the World theme with their YMCA staff and members. In celebration of Peace Week, the YMCA is doing a Winter Holidays Around the World. The Y celebrates diversity and embraces what makes us all unique. In our YMCA, they care about our community, and they are a family.
They are. The YMCA, when you think of that, you think of family.
Yes.
And, you know, they've been here for years and years and years, and it's a wonderful service, and they have programs that are fantastic for kids and adults.
And for me, I love a mean game of squash, so I'm at the Y all the time. Open challenge to anybody watching at home right now.
I would challenge, but I don't know if my knees would take it.
That's the difference between me. I go right in there, diving on the hardwood. Got to make it look theatrical.
Yeah, for sure. Oh.
And we're joined back into the studio now as we're taking a break. The parade's coming to a little bit of slowdown right now. But Tammy, so far, what are your thoughts on this year's parade?
Well, of course, the parade, the effort they put into the floats are absolutely beautiful. And they've done a lot of lights this year. The crowd is there. I can even feel the spirit inside the studio.
Yeah, and so many cool flags on that last one as it went by. But next up, well, White Pines Wolverines and their Candyland at White Pines theme. With students from grades 9 to 12, this year White Pines students created and designed their own Candyland. It was a combined effort from their construction and art students. Oh, that's a good way to utilize your programs, my goodness.
Yes.
This is just one of the many specialist high skills major students have been involved in. The White Pines family wishes everyone at home a happy holidays.
I would think, Alex, this might possibly be one of your favorites since it's Candyland.
And
you're a candy lover.
Yeah, I think the jury's out on that one for sure. But that's really cool. I never thought when, like, that would be such a good way to utilize your students and give them a real world experience on building something that's actually going to be seen, so the art students can help and the construction students can come together. I think that's just brilliant. Yeah,
it is. It's a brilliant way to build you know, togetherness.
Dash, what are you doing?
What?
Oh my goodness! Hi, Dash. Yeah, he noticed he walked into the camera too. Too funny. He looks a little lost out there because just behind him is Dance Corps Incorporated, a perfect purple holiday party with staff, students, and parents of Dance Corps Inc. Dance Corps Inc. provides dance education in Sault Ste. Marie, promoting dance technique, self-esteem, personal growth, and cooperative spirit. This is Dance Corps Inc.'s second year and first time in the Rotary Santa Claus Parade. As a way of saying thank you to our community staff, students, and parents, you're invited to the Perfect Purple Holiday Party. Say that 3 times fast. From the Dance Corps family to yours, they wish you a happy holiday season. And just behind them, Searchmont Ski Runners, Frosty the Ski Man this year.
Oh, this is great.
With members of the Searchmont Ski Runners The Searchmont Ski Runners wish everyone a safe and happy holiday and want to say thank you, GFL, for your sponsorship. They welcome you all to the hill to join their ski family. And look at that, the back's filled up. Plenty of people. They're pointing to the camera and waving.
And you know what? Searchmount, I heard, have done quite a bit of renovation. So I think this year is going to be a great year for them. Everybody get out and see what's out there and see how they renovate it. And I heard that, you know, they're hoping to have a lot more coming out this year, even to learn how to ski so the young ones can start. Families, it's another place for families to enjoy.
See, that might be something I have to capitalize on. I've never skied, I've never snowboarded, I've never taken the trip out to the hill to learn, so maybe this has got to be the year to do it.
Maybe it's like you're going to be doing the polar bear swim and learning how to ski.
Oh no, you didn't forget.
I'll never forget that one.
Oh no, okay, well I'm going to have to change the subject because I don't want to get caught eating my own words here. Next up is the Elam's Kids in the Kitchen Unfrozen theme. This is their 3rd year, and last year they brought home the Honorary Mention Award. Kids in the Kitchen from Elam will present the drama musical Unfrozen on Sunday, December 15th at 10:30 a.m. Besides taking cooking lessons and learning to live healthier lifestyles, the children have been putting on Christmas plays and participating with music and some concerts. All children are 5 to 11 years old and attend classes on Wednesday and Thursday nights. So that might be something, if you're looking to keep that holiday theme going, they might have a show for you if you're watching this right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And another one. Oh,
there we go.
there
Unfrozen.
it is. I'm speaking too fast, but that gives me another chance just to say thank you to our sponsors, Casey Security, Wardlaw Fuels, Women in Crisis, and Kumon Math and Reading Center. Look at those snowflakes too. Oh my goodness.
I know, this float is fabulous because of course that's the movie that's out right now and all the kids are crazy for the movie Frozen, even though it says Unfrozen.
Uh-oh, if I say that I've never seen Frozen, I feel like I'm going to get some backlash from the people watching this at home, but I've never seen it. I've heard the music. You can't avoid it for sure. Let it go. I'm not going to.
I'm in with you. I've never seen it either, but I recognize the songs. And go ahead, you can keep singing there, Alex. You're doing a good
Laird
job.
Raceway and Laird Towing. Wow, what timing. Thank you, Laird. With Laird Pinky Flatbed Truck, with Laird Race Car, and Laird Rotato Tow Truck. Laird Towing for all of your towing and recovery needs. Join them at Laird Raceway in 2020 for Thursday Night Thunder. Ooh, what a name.
Have you been to Laird Raceway?
I have been to Laird Raceway. I haven't seen Frozen, but I've definitely been to Laird Raceway. That's the atmosphere. Come on, those loud engines.
Well, the loud engines and the ground just shakes, and you can feel them as you're in the stands.
Yes, that's the best part. That's what you're there for. You really feel like you're a part of it when that happens. And they've done a great job on their float too. You got the. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a?
Oh, look at.
Did they steal that from Santa?
I think so.
They better go return it. Santa's coming soon.
I know. The kids are going to be upset over that one.
I know what's coming for somebody's stocking.
Yeah. Look at the costumes just behind.
Oh my, that is a brightly colored neon race car for sure. My goodness. I can't believe they actually put one of those on the back, but of course, it's Laird. You got to show off your race cars. That's what it's all about. And now we have the Goldwing Road Riders Assistant Chapter, their Christmas fun theme with chapter members. They are friends for fun, safety, and knowledge. Can't put it any easier. Is that a Charlie Brown Christmas tree back there too that they're bringing along?
But you know what? I've heard that's coming back in style.
Yeah, well, actually one of our employees here, Aaron Allison-Drini, who worked on some of the graphics for today's show, he got one for Christmas, the same one from the show. It leans over, the one bulb on it. Too cool. Too cool.
And that's such a great memory for kids.
Right.
Everyone knows that tree.
Right, and I feel like that's also a staple of holidays, like the Charlie Brown specials. One for every holiday, and you definitely have to watch them when it comes Christmas time for sure.
Absolutely.
And I believe we've got Ross Romano, member of Provincial Parliament, making his way down in the car, waving to everybody out there. But behind him, this looks like...
Okay, this is unbelievable,
Yeah,
Alex.
this is a heavy duty for sure. PUC Services, we all know them. A Safe Christmas is their theme with employees, friends, and families. PUC Services Incorporated and its employees are proud supporters and participants of community events and initiatives. From all the staff at PUC, they would like to wish you a safe and Merry Christmas. Now, holy friendly lights.
I can only imagine how many lights are on that.
Right.
If the firemen had 2,000, there's going to be double on that.
My goodness. I wonder if there's a competition, a little friendly competition to see who can fit the most on.
And there's nothing wrong with that when it comes to the Christmas parade.
No way. I say that's welcome. I'm somebody with a competitive spirit, so a little friendly competition can definitely raise the stakes and raise how great these floats really are. And up next, Algoma University, Charlie Brown Christmas theme with Algoma U students and staff. Students and staff from Algoma University have come together to celebrate the humble Charlie Brown Christmas for their annual entry. And I was just talking to Charlie Brown a little bit earlier too. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Yeah, Charlie Brown has been in homes of families for many, many, many years. And it's just wonderful when you see these cartoons that are lasting and that they still are impressive to the kids nowadays.
Right.
And that it's something that's never, ever going to be old.
No,
you know?
absolutely not. And I believe Wacky Wings has made their way by with their Grinch, with Cindy Lou and Grinch. Wacky's Eat, Drink, Game On, where families and friends get together for fun. 2 great locations at 350 Lake Street and 688 Great Northern Road. Join them for all-you-can-eat wings Mondays and Wednesdays, taps and apps Thursdays, and kids eat free Sundays. And a big Avery truck coming up here. It looks like another one that's going to have a bunch of lights on it as well.
It looks like they're partying there.
Well, I mean, how could you not? If you're riding on a float that looks that good, you better be partying.
Well, it's almost putting me in the spirit here. We should be partying in here, Alex.
Hey, I mean, I'm definitely not opposed to that for sure.
Perfect setting.
Right, and I think I see a couple kids down there with like the red, they're spinning in the air. It looked pretty cool. I don't know what to call it. Maybe like a tunic, I guess.
Oh,
and we got
there we go.
People on the float here waving to us. Oh yeah, they're partying for sure.
Talk about fun. Honestly, that
goodness.
float, they're having a ton of fun. And look at the costume.
Charlie Brown.
There you go.
That's too good. Oh my goodness. And Algoma University's swinging by right now. I want to thank you all again for tuning in to On TV's coverage of this amazing parade. They've outdone themselves like they always do. Looks like I got a little ahead of myself because the Grinch is sneaking up on me there with Wacky Wings float. And there it is.
So have you ever gone and it's all you can eat? How many wings do you think you can actually eat, Alex?
The last time I went for all you can eat wings anywhere, I didn't even finish my first portion. So I'm not very good at all you can eat wings. But for somebody that's got a bigger stomach than yeah, that's definitely going to be the spot for them to go.
Yeah.
Who's sneaking up on us right now? This is Sioux Search and Rescue. With volunteers and family from Sioux Search and Rescue. For over 60 years, volunteers from Sioux Search and Rescue have been helping to save lives throughout Algoma and beyond. No matter the weather, time of day, or the weather. No way, yeah. Big shout out to Sioux Search and Rescue. They do so much for their community. Not too long ago, I was actually at their haunted maze that they were doing for donations to help keep them sustained. No help from the government. They're just doing it off donations, and they are a huge part of our community. Big thank you to those guys over there.
Absolutely.
Crime Stoppers sneaking by me. 12 Days of Christmas theme with their staff and elves. Crime Stoppers of Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma District is promoting their 12 Days of Christmas vacation draw. From December 1st to December 12th, Crime Stoppers is giving away 12 trips. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
As well as 3 $500 cash prizes. Buy your tickets by calling 705-759-5081, extension 2.
Oh, that's a good Christmas gift.
Oh my, $500, I could use it. BrokerLink Insurance is coming by with their BrokerLink reindeers with insurance advisors and their children. This is BrokerLink's first year participating, and they have sent some of their best reindeers to welcome Santa and deliver some treats to the community. That's awesome. I would love to see more local businesses getting involved in this parade because the bigger, the better, I'd have to say.
Absolutely. And then they've got the paramedics to help take care of their reindeer.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Now, I wasn't in high school too long ago, and I know how serious Superior Heights gets when it comes to their floats. And I went to Cora, so I'm going to tip my hat to them because they do a great job. This is Superior Heights Superior's Snowy Sleigh with students and Stan the Steelhawk. I did not know his name was Stan. The more you know.
Yeah.
The staff and students of Superior Heights are riding into this holiday season in style. This custom Steelhawk sleigh is filled with spirit and school pride. Happiest of holidays from Superior Heights. Look at them all. Football jerseys, the team there, filled up the back of the sleigh. That's really cool. That's going above and beyond. That's what we like to see.
And I want to say cheers to the students that go through this and do all the work to enter too, because without the youth in our community,
right? And they do it on their weekend too.
Yes.
So this is extracurricular for them. So hats off to them for sure. Now next up is the 2310 Army Cadets as they celebrate Christmas with cadets aged 12 to 18. Free youth program for youth is ages 12 to 18. Cadets participate in team building, community activities, sports, camping, and canoeing. They also enter competitions such as the biathlon, competitive marksmanship, pipe and drum bands, and orienteering. And that's another one. Oh my goodness. There's the biathlon sign on the back.
There.
You can see a couple things that they do. All decked out in their camouflage. Kind of hard to see them up there.
Well, I think it's suiting for their outfits, right?
Right, absolutely. And there they are handing off some more treats, of course. See, so many treats get handed out. That I feel like I may have, as much as I enjoy being here, I feel like maybe I should have been down there capitalizing on this.
Yeah, 'tis the season. Next year I'll bring you a treat. How's that?
I'll hold you to that. If you hold me to the polar bear swim,
yes.
I will hold you to that for sure. And this is now the Canadian Army Primary Reserves with local members of the 49th Field Regiment and 33 Service Battalion. The 49th Field Regiment and 33 Service Battalion are both primary reserve units of the Canadian Army. Reservists are an integral part of the Army, generating full-time capabilities from past time service at home and abroad. Visit your local armory to learn more about how you can join their growing team and start your career in the forces. Oh, I'm being told we're going to take a quick break. No worries. We'll keep these seats warm. Make sure you stick to it because we wouldn't want you to be anywhere else when the Santa Claus Rotary Parade continues. Don't go anywhere.
This is On TV.
The staff and volunteers of the Bush Plane Museum would like to welcome everybody down to the Bush Plane over the Christmas holidays and would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays!
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Century 21 Choice Realty.
We're back and we didn't miss a thing as the Canadian Army Primary Reserves took a little stop there and now we're getting back to it with Scouts Canada right behind the Algoma Country Scouts Canada with volunteers and youth. Merry Christmas to all. Come and join the fun. You can register your child at scouts.ca. Groups range from 5 to 26. Our local sections are Beavers, Cubs, Scouts, and Rovers. It starts with Scouts, absolutely, and they look like they've put in quite the effort for them as well. Oh yeah, you see the Scouts there with their hats on, waving to everybody down below. Got some snowshoes on there. I see a Christmas tree with some beautiful lights. Scouts Canada on the side. Oh,
this is a fantastic float.
Yeah, gotta love it, gotta love it. We get a nice moment to appreciate it here for a second as they're taking a little bit to slow down. I'm sure with so many fantastic floats, it gets a little bunched up at times for sure. But that just gives us a moment to appreciate it. And once again, thank our sponsors, KC Security, Wardlaw Fuels, Women in Crisis, and Kumon Math and Reading Center.
And you know, we have to mention there are a lot of floats that have entered this year.
Oh my goodness.
So they have a long parade.
Right.
So they've got a great parade to stand and appreciate.
Yeah. I mean, of course it's a free event, but I'd have to be remiss and say you're getting your money's worth for sure if you're down there.
For sure. This year there's a lot of floats.
Right. And up next, the OPP Forensic Identifications Unit, home for the holidays with members of the OPP Forensic Unit and their families. First time in the parade, the OPP Forensic Unit members spend long hours, days, and weeks away from their families because of investigations and training. The members wish to spread some Christmas cheer, take advantage of being with their loved ones, and make memories for their kids that will last a lifetime. As you said earlier too, Christmas is about family.
Absolutely. You know, and I think that, well, we can all refer to the Hallmark movies, and that is basically, you know, we had a Hallmark movie that was filmed here this year, and downtown almost looks like a Hallmark movie tonight with the parade.
I'm in a Hallmark movie, Songs for Christmas. If it comes on this year, make sure to check it out. I'm in there. I'm a director.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, no, I got recognized, funny enough, the other day. Someone said, wait a minute, is that you? Like, not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Funny to be recognized from that, and yet you're on TV all the time.
Right? I know. That's kind of funny.
Good for you, though, Alex.
I thought that was pretty cool. I never thought anybody would ever recognize me in that. But this isn't about me. This is about the parade. And next up in it is the Sault Ste. Marie OPP detachment locking up the Grinch with Sault Ste. Marie detachment members, auxiliary members, and their families. Maybe Christmas, Staff Sergeant Manuel Byron thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. Tenderness for the past, courage for the present, and hope for the future, that every path will lead to peace. Season's greetings from their OPP family to yours.
Well, and as we can see, of course, the Grinch is locked up, but I bet you any money by the end of the parade, the Grinch will have a different thought about Christmas and they'll let him free.
Hopefully, if he's feeling mean, hopefully we keep him away from Santa for the time being. I don't want this parade to be ruined by no nasty Grinch, so he better stay locked up in there.
He's going to grow a heart and then they'll release him.
Right. Now, next up is St. Mary's College with students and staff from St. Mary's. For over 50 years, St. Mary's College has based itself on strong religious values which are infused into all aspects of school life. They also believe that a partnership between the school and community is essential. This connections benefits some of their major campaigns, such as having sent the We Scare Hunger Food Drive, Habitat for Humanity, Operation Smile, Red Cross Christian Service Projects, and the Rotary Christmas Float, which has in turn aided those who are less fortunate. The St. Mary's College Float is an annual weekend-long event that students voluntarily construct the float and take pride in participating in the parade. This year especially is very important to St. Mary's College family because they will also be celebrating and bringing attention to their school play just in the nick of time. Their goal for the float is to create a meaningful, spirited float that reflects the magical wonders of the season. St. Mary's College would like to wish everyone in the community a Christ-filled Christmas, and they are partying on there.
My goodness. What a fantastic float.
That whole float shaking. They're just partying, dancing up there. That looks like they're having a good time too. It looks like maybe Superior Heights, maybe you got a little competition for the best float from the high school.
And which is great, you know, to have the op-ed every year.
Right, and that's exactly what you want to see. Competition brings better quality all the time, no matter what it is. So gotta love it for sure. Next up is Corrections Local 678. Oh my goodness, another one. Candyland Wonderland.
Oh,
Merry Christmas, everyone, and have a great new year. My sweet tooth is just telling me I need to eat something, but I'm not leaving this. See, I'll make sure to make it through. And candy canes, suckers, you name it, you see them all up on there. You know what? As a kid, if I was to get one of those big suckers, that's it. That would have been Christmas for me. Wrap it up. I don't need anything else.
And they did a fantastic job with this float. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, the snowman and the lights. Oh, too good. Too good. Next up, sometimes you might need this to keep warm, but tonight's not too cold. But either way, David's Tea, the Frost Teas is their theme with staff and family from David's Tea. These Frost Teas are ready for the holiday season. Stop by and visit them in the Station Mall for your holiday shopping.
Well, and you know, David's Tea is very popular.
Oh, yes, it is.
They have a good quality tea, and every flavor that I've tried, of course, you always go back and get more.
Right, you have to. And whenever you're walking by and they have the little samples too. Come on.
How brilliant.
Oh, too good.
Great sales pitch.
Do you have a favorite tea?
You know what? That's a difficult question.
Okay.
So I'm going to answer no. I do have a favorite tea, and it's called a blueberry tea.
Ooh, okay.
But that you cannot purchase at David's Tea.
Right.
But David's Tea has so many good flavors, I cannot choose.
And I mean, speaking of blue, this one is very blue. The Northern Credit Union, True North Strong, with employees and family of Northern Credit Union. Northern Credit Union and their families would like to wish everyone in their family a safe and happy holiday. Absolutely. Look at that. Oof.
Yeah, they did fantastic. And you know what? I always have a soft spot for Northern Credit Union because I had two of my girls formerly work for them. And I know they put in a huge effort to their float, and they all work hard, and it's all pre-planned like every business in the Sioux. But you know what? I'm like, cheers to them tonight. They've done a great job.
Lake Superior Figure Skating Club is coming up next with their winter wonderland with all-star skaters and parents. No, not just your average Joe Schmo skaters, all-star skaters.
Wow.
Happy holidays. Come and join them at Lake Superior Figure Skating Club, programs geared to 3-year-olds to adults. So unless you're 2 years old, you've got no excuse. You can go and lace them up if you ever thought of doing that. And it looks like they're having a great time being a part of it.
Yes, and their float is done just spectacular as well.
More of those Christmas lights necklace. I gotta get one of those
I
for
have
next
to say,
time.
you know, this year, I want to comment that every single float that's gone through has been done just spectacular.
Oh, of
with
course.
more lights this year, I think, than last year.
Oh, I mean, I can only imagine. Oh, who's coming up here next? Ah, my alma mater, Cora Collegiate and Vocational School with Colts Country Christmas with students grades 7 to 12. Cora's spirit in the community, simply said, and there's the flags going by. Great to see all of the high schools representing out here.
Well, it's good to see our youth out.
Yes.
And, you know, putting Christmas cheer out there. And it's just encouraging other youth to get involved as well.
The youth is the future, so if we want bigger and better parades as always, that's exactly where we have to start. And Gardwine's up next. They simply put, happy holidays, drive safe and sober from Gardwine Group. And I mean, absolutely. If you're enjoying the holiday season, make sure you've got somewhere or someone that can drive you safely where you need to go. No drinking and driving. That's it. I'm saying that right now. Alex Parker on TV. No drinking and driving this holiday season. Make sure everybody's safe.
Well, and you know what? Speaking of the youth, I have to say, we hear a lot of negativity, but a lot of the youth nowadays, they're so responsible and they do not drink and drive. So my hat's off to them because, you know, a lot now have learned and have been taught, and there's a lot of education out there.
Yes.
And so thank goodness for that. And I do think most of the youth are extremely careful about drinking and driving.
Absolutely. It's we got to be very appreciative of that. From staying smart while you're out there celebrating the holiday season. Celebrate good, celebrate hard, but celebrate responsibly. And there's Gardwine making its rounds right through. Lights on the bottom. You can see the tinsel. You see it all. They're doing it. And coming up next with a Merry Christmas banner leading the way, Grandview Public School, another public school
yeah,
too.
We've got lots of schools in this year.
If we want to see the youth, this is exactly how to do that with their Spirit of Christmas themed float with children ages 4 to 13 years old. The children of Grandview Public School would like to share the spirit of the Christmas with all of the children from the community. But we're experiencing a couple of technical difficulties, so what we're going to do quickly is we're going to take a break and make sure that we get this up and running the way it needs to be right after this.
As the holiday season approaches, we take this time to recognize the gifts and contributions of the community throughout the Algoma District towards citizenship, where all people are included, participating and enjoying time with their families, friends, and neighbors. On behalf of people we support, the volunteers and employees of Community Living Algoma, we take this time to recognize all citizens of Sault Ste. Marie and the Algoma District and wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Joyeux Noël et bonne et heureuse année de Merrickville.
Joyeux Noël et bonne et heureuse année de Genève, Switzerland.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Joyeux Noël et bonne et heureuse année.
Just that tail end, you may have seen the Jersey Bawading Reunion 2020. Thank you so much for coming back. But before we can continue, I want to make sure I get Bawading in here. And they are you brave enough is their theme. Are you brave enough to return to the Bawading Reunion? If so, they'll see all alumni and faculty who attended or worked at Bawading from 1961 to 2010 there on the civic holiday weekend of July 31st to August 1st. That's so cool to see. I had no idea they were doing that.
Well, reunions are always fun. You get to see old classmates.
Right.
And So be brave and go.
Be brave and go. Come on. Next up, they're taking the whole bus, looking like a party bus. Oh, it looks a little cold on the inside, though. You can see the icicles on the inside there.
For sure.
Our gingerbread house from Algoma Family Services and Canadian Mental Health Association. Algoma Family Services, in partnership with the Canadian Mental Health Association, proudly presents our gingerbread house. It's a magical place filled with gingerbread people, candy canes, and lollipops. Algoma Family Services is a multi-service agency with a focus on infant, child, youth, adult, and family well-being. Happy holidays from the staff of Algoma Family Services and Canadian Mental Health Association.
Well, and you know, gingerbread houses, what a perfect time of year. Everybody thinks at Christmas, you think of a family getting together and building your own gingerbread house. And you know, that's what they're promoting. It's all about family.
And I think for me, I enjoyed making the gingerbread house more than I actually did eating it. It's way more fun to construct it than it is to take it all down. It looks too good. And just sneaking past us, here's the Sioux Trailblazer Snowmobile Club enjoying our Winter Wonderland theme.
Well, my favorite part was the icing to use as glue for a gingerbread.
Yes. Oh, look at that, Cats.
Cats.
Well, we know Cats from the Musical Comedy Guild with Friends of the Musical Comedy Guild. The Musical Comedy... Oh my goodness, I could not say the Musical Comedy Guild enough. But they want to remind everyone that they can give the gift of the arts. Buy season's tickets now at a special discount and spend time together at Cats before the rush of the holidays. Then wrap a ticket for the Addams family and tuck it under the tree. Our thanks to Rotary and all of their volunteers. What a beautiful message. And if you want something to do, maybe a ticket would be a great gift, especially for the musical theater fan in your family.
Absolutely.
And next up, a staple, we see them every time, the one you were talking about working on, Lock City Dairies.
Yes, and they went by really quick.
Yeah, the milk deliveries with Vic Fremlin and Travis McLean. Lock City Dairies has been proudly serving the Algoma District for over 25 years and would like to thank the community for their support and wish everyone a happy holiday season. Wow, how much milk do you think you could fit in that truck?
Oh, quite a bit. And it was nice to see the old milk truck done in lights this year.
Yeah,
that looked great. Okay, look at all the people on the side of the street here. We've got a great turnout tonight.
Absolutely.
And everybody's bundled up, and at least we don't have a ton of snow and cold weather that they're fighting.
I just knocked on wood. You guys can't see me right now, but I knocked on wood. I want to keep that snow far away. Just give me -1 weather so I can have my outdoor rinks, and then I'll be happy. That'll be a perfect winter. But next up is Joe Sports and Surplus, talking about getting outside and being active. They have their staff and family, and Joe Sports wants to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and encourage the whole family to get outside and enjoy what this awesome season has to offer.
Well, we're fortunate because Sault Ste. Marie is a beautiful place that we do have a lot to offer. Snowshoeing, skating, snowmobiling, Searchmount. I mean, we have a beautiful area that a lot of times, you know, people don't realize. So I'm always trying to promote the Soo because we're very fortunate for what we have here in natural resources.
Right, and now we have Fisheries and Oceans Canada, a sea lamprey Christmas with staff from their Fisheries and Ocean Sea Lamprey Control Program. This is the Fisheries and Ocean Canada Sea Lamprey Control Program's first time participating in the Rotary Santa Claus Parade. For over 60 years, the Sea Lamprey Control Program has targeted the invasive sea lamprey throughout the Great Lakes. Staff are excited to be a part of the parade and hope to make it a yearly event. Yes, we would love to see you guys back on a yearly basis.
Absolutely. It's a couple that are brand new this year.
Right, yeah, there's definitely a few. And that's great to see that the community is still, you know, they're lacing up and trying to go maybe a little bout to see if their float for the first time can hold up to some of the staples that have been around for so long. And what's up next? Probably one of the easiest places to make a float because they're going to have a few trailers. Christie's RV with Christie's Christmas Vacation. Camping vacation on Christmas vacation, 'tis the season, and staff and family members from Christie's RV are celebrating Christmas Clark Griswold style. Excuse me. They've decked out their community events trailer with over 1,000 lights to show their true Christmas vacation spirit. Christie's RV has been providing family advantages for over 45 years, and it's Northern Ontario's largest Jayco dealer.
Now look at that float coming. They have done a spectacular job with all of the lights. It's beautiful.
My goodness. This is Suzanne Priddle-Luck, Rotary Club of Sault Ste. Marie's president. And of course, if you're going to have the name Rotary for the parade and you're the president, you better come ready with a good float, I'd have to imagine.
Oh, I'm sure she's going to show up with her float done extremely well.
Yes, yes. This is Christy slowly making its way on up. I jumped the
now
gun.
Look at how amazing that float is.
Oh, and the tree on the top.
And the tree on the top.
Just like the movie. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. And they've got tons of lights too. I think they've set over 1,000.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's what
over 1,000 lights. My goodness.
Yeah, they did a spectacular job. I know.
Oh, they're even playing the movie on the projector.
Oh, there they go.
That's
that is
too cool.
amazing.
Oh, the guy hanging from the top. Oh, there you see Clark Griswold in the window there. Oh, that's
now
too
look at the
cool.
work that went into that.
Yeah, that's a lot of thought and effort going into that one. That is awesome. I think that's one of my favorites so far, if not my favorite.
Like amazing float.
Yeah.
It's, you know, pretty hard. I keep saying spectacular, but they really
That's
are.
what it is.
Yes, and sitting here and watching it from inside the studio, it's still just as exciting because I'm feeling the Christmas spirit just watching everybody on the sidelines. And it is an exciting event for Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah, every year this is one that everybody looks forward to, and we've got a VIP member of this parade slowly making his way on, and this is the part where the kids get most excited. Start yelling out what you want for Christmas, because we have Santa Claus himself on his way down. This is it. This is the main event for any child, even for adults that are in the stands right now. And I mean, you've had kids and you've brought them to these parades before. When they see Santa, what's the expression on their face like?
Well, of course, it's like the expression that's on your face right now.
Right,
Alex,
absolutely, absolutely.
It's pure joy.
Yes.
And then just hoping, I hope I was good enough that I'm on the good list this year. And you know, it's just, it is the end of the parade almost when Santa's coming. You know that's done and over, but it is actually the beginning. It's the beginning of the Christmas season, and everybody knows they've got that time, that month still, to have their children on a list and getting them to behave.
Yeah.
And
there he is now,
there he is.
waving to everybody. Santa, wave to the camera. We're over here. Santa, how you doing? Oh,
like
there he is.
He's got the same fireplace as us, Alex.
Oh, no way. Oh. We got to get ready. We got to get this thing ready for when he's ready to come down. And we've got the police escort behind him, of course, making sure Santa's safe. And I want to say to everybody watching at home, a lot of the floats have said to have a safe and happy holidays. I want to reiterate that. But before we go, one last thank you to KC Security, Wardlaw Fuels, Women in Crisis, and Kumon Math and Reading Center. Tammy, that's it.
I can't believe it's over, Alex.
Oh my goodness, that was an absolute blast. Tammy, thank you so much for being a co-host.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, wouldn't want to be anywhere else. So that's On TV's coverage of the Santa Claus Parade. Now we're well underway to the Christmas spirit. Make sure you guys have a happy, safe holiday. And that's all I have to say. Have a good night, everybody.
Merry Christmas.